What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome to January. Welcome to 2023. This is our daily watch list for January 3rd, the first daily watch list of 2023. I hope you guys had a fantastic break. I hope you guys had a really fantastic 2022. It's a new year, guys. It is a brand new start. If you're new to trading, then welcome. If this is your New Year's resolution to learn trading, you found the right channel. This video might not be the right video for you, but this channel is going to help you. This is the easiest strategy that you guys will find out there. So make sure you guys are watching the Learning Tool playlist to learn exactly how to trade this strategy. It is, I promise you, it is the easiest strategy you will find out there. To get started on this stuff, guys, the screen that you see on here, this is TradingView. So this is what I use to chart all of my setups. If you're looking for something like this, you can go into the description below. There's a link there for TradingView. It gets you a free 30-day trial to their subscription-based services. And then if you decide to use that subscription service, then you get up to $30 off of that subscription. But you need to start by clicking on that link down below. So make sure you take advantage of that. I have a trading Discord. It is called the Griswold Trading Discord. It is down below as well. The link is down there. It is free to join. There is a paid membership in there. It's $50 a month. You get 2 months. Buy 2 months, you get the third month free. It gets one-on-ones with me, so we can really dive into the strategy with you. It gives the top 5 plays from these watch lists that I give out. It's got live trading bots, sends out the setups, the trades directly to you, so you guys don't have to go searching for them on a lot of good tickers like SPY, QQQ, DIA, Disney, Tesla, a whole bunch of others. So make sure you guys are checking that out as well. And let's get into this watch list. So like I said, I give out a top 5 on this watch list. Or sorry, not on this. I give out top 5 out of this watch list. That is, like I said, for the Griswold Gold members. And you can check that. I'm stumbling here. I'm so nervous. It's my first video. Just kidding. It is in the Discord as well. But let's get started here. We're going to go through Alibaba. Triple inside bar. Guys, I've never seen, I shouldn't say I've never seen, I have seen triple inside bars before. I haven't seen one in a long while. I tried to see if there was one on BABA in the past. I went back all the way to 2015. I did not find one. If you guys know of a ticker that has a triple inside bar on the daily, leave a comment down below. I'd like to check that out just to see how it reacted off of that triple inside bar. So, if you guys are new, let's talk about the inside bars, because the people who have been following me know all about the inside bars. They know that I tell people to trade them if they're struggling or if they're brand new. I always talk about the inside bars. So, an inside bar, guys, it doesn't break the high. It does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range. It's a tightening range. It's a tightening candle. You notice it is yellow. That is part of the indicator I created for you guys. Also part of the Griswold Gold membership, or you can purchase it separately. That link is in the description below. Inside bars, guys. They're consolidating. They're tightening. When you see this yellow bar, I want you guys to think of a spring being tightened, compacted, loaded, squished down. And when you release that thing, you would expect it to jump into one direction or the other. That's what we look for off the inside bars. Now we have 3 straight days of those. And there's a lot of setups like this on the weekly, just because last week, end of the year, there's low volume. There's not a lot of people trading. It's a Christmas break. So we do have a lot of inside bars and a lot of tightening range setups for this week. But this one is a triple inside bar. So even if we go back in time, guys, and the reason I do this is it's because we base it off of probabilities. And I don't have a double or a triple inside bar to go off of. But if we look for this blue highlight back in time, because that is also part of the indicator I created for you guys, as well are the gold bars. It shows us these outside bar, inside bar setups. We go back and look. Let's look at the last time we had a double inside bar on Alibaba. They don't happen very often, but they tend to be very powerful. So here's that double inside bar, and what we're looking for is a break off of the trigger, and we're looking for it to hit targets. Now, we opened down here, so it was a gap play, but we did hit multiple targets on the way down. So if you want to know how to play gap plays, I will put a video set at the end of this video. So make sure you go to the end. If you're done looking at the plays, when I get through some of them, then you can always hop to the end and check out that playlist for the gaps, or you can just go check out on the channel the different gap videos that I have. I have about 4 of them, in addition to a bunch of other learning tools like broadening formations and inside bars and review videos, and the list goes on and on. And so I'm going back here. I'm already back into January of 21. The double inside bars don't happen very often. So here's another one. We had a big gap down off of it. So listen, guys, any strategy that you guys look at or are trading is based off of probabilities. And if anybody tells you any different, they're wrong. The reason why is because when this candle opens up on Tuesday morning, remember there's no trading on January 2nd. Markets are closed in lieu of New Year's Day. So when this candle here opens up on Tuesday, nobody knows what that candle is going to do. We can say based off of probabilities, we have a idea of what it's going to do, but nobody knows for sure. And that's why every strategy is based off of a probability of what could happen or what should happen. Now, when it doesn't happen, that's where risk management comes in, and those are the best traders. If you want to be a good trader, a consistent trader in 2023 or any year for that matter, you need to have really good risk management. Those are the best traders. It's not the people who go 80% on wins. You can go 20% on wins. You can win 20% of your trades and still be a very profitable trader, but you need to have really good risk management. So when we look at this inside bar, again, we'll just go through these plays now. We can look for calls at 89.41, first targets 89.52, puts at 87.41, and first targets at 87.06. Now remember, when Tuesday opens, this candle is new. And what this is time frame continuity, the hourly chart, daily chart, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly charts. When Tuesday opens, every single one of these is going to be new. If we trend down, they're all going to be red. If we trend up, they're all going to be green. So again, Tuesday might be a cautious day just to see how things play out. Feel free to play the market, but be very cautious, okay? So that's Alibaba. That's a triple inside bar. I'll tell you right now, this will be on the top 5 for the Griswold Gold members. We'll move on to CRM because I'm going to probably go through these a little quicker because we have a lot to go through. But here's another inside bar on Salesforce. Triggers are marked out. Top of the candle, bottom of the candle, 132.59, and puts at 130.36. And you can see off of this inside bar, the probabilities say we should have a big bounce up or a big bounce to the downside. We had a big bounce to the upside. We triggered, we hit target 1, 2, and not target 3, but we hit 2 targets out of the trade. Profitable trade. That's how we do it. We move on to DraftKings DKNG. So DKNG has a 2 down that finish green. There's the candlestick numbers. That's part of the indicator I created for you guys. All these strat indicators wrapped into one indicator for you guys to learn off of. So DKNG, 2 down, finish green. So when we have a 2 down that finish green, we call that a failed 2. And when it's not a red candle, it's a green candle, we look for probability for this to trend back to the upside. So we're looking for calls at $11.46 and first targets at $11.66. Apple, AAPL. Apple has a couple setups, not just on the daily, but on the yearly as well. That's what that orange line represents. You'll see a few of those throughout this video. The blue lines you see will represent the month. The pink lines will represent the week. So again, Apple, 2 down that finish green. It's what we call a 1-2-2 rev strat. A 1-2 down, we're looking for a 2 up reversal. So calls at 129.93 on Apple. Adobe, ADBE, there's that inside bar again. So we can play either side of this. Calls at 336.64. Puts at 331.64. This pink line, there's 2 pink lines there, and there's this yellow circle. So I know I put these pink lines in when I did my charting. There's also this yellow circle on my indicator that tells me there's an inside bar on the weekly. So here's how domino effects, guys, work. When we trigger the day, we can possibly trigger the week. Here's the blue line. We can possibly trigger the month. It's always a domino effect. It's time frame continuity. It's not looking at just one chart. It's looking at multiple charts. You're going to learn that this year as we go through these videos, as you go through the learning tool videos, and as you grow as a trader. So we can look for calls at 336.64, puts at 331.64. I didn't mark a target out here, but we can do that. That's the first target. We'll change that to green, because my daily targets are always green. There's your first target. Second target on the daily would trigger 2 down on the weekly. Make sure you're checking out that weekly swing video that I have coming out. I've also, got a quarterly, a 3-month video coming out, and a yearly chart, a yearly overview of what we could expect in 2023. AFRM. AFRM has this inside bar. We'll look for calls on AFRM 972, puts 932. First target to the downside marked out. First target to the upside is right there. It is also the trigger to go 2 up on the week, as we have a weekly inside bar candle. I'll go back, I'll show you guys, just so you know. There's our weekly inside candle. There's our 2 pink lines. These yellow lines represent the daily. Okay, so we trigger here. Our first target is the trigger for the weekly, and there is your first target for the weekly. So it gives you the option to potentially stay in this trade a little longer. If we trigger the weekly, you might want to hold that for a little bit longer than normal. AMC has the inside bar and a hammer candle. So a hammer candle, guys, Thor hammer if you want to call it that, looks like a hammer. It's got this body on top with a big long wick to the bottom side. It's an actionable signal, as are the inside bars or shooter candles or inverse hammers, which is the exact opposite of this, where the body is at the bottom and the wick is at the top. So this is AMC inside bar. I would look for this to trend back to the upside. We'll see what happens. We do have this yearly target. So again, if we go to the 12-month chart, we have that inside bar on the yearly. Okay. So again, I'll be doing the yearly video. Make sure you check it out. But we've marked it out. Highs and lows of this inside bar 3-1 setup. So pay attention to AMC in the new year to see how we break outside of that inside bar, because it likely gives us the direction that that stock or that ticker is going to trade. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will, but the probabilities, if we break the high side or the low side, just like we look at the daily chart, if it breaks the high side, we're going to expect it to hit targets. Okay, that's on AMC. And again, that works on every time frame. So whether you're looking at the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, 5-minute, doesn't matter. Okay, AMD, here's another one. Inside bar, we'll look for calls at 64.82, puts at 63.14. First target to the upside is the trigger for the weekly on AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Amazon, 2 down, finish green. We're going to look for calls at 84.05. First target at 84.55. Like I said before, guys, make sure you are cautious on this first day. Let them open. Let's see where we're gonna go at the start of 2023. Inside bar hammer candle on BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. Calls 253, puts 238. Targets marked out for you guys there. Beyond. And again, guys, if you have questions, make sure you're leaving them down below. If you like what the video is showing you guys, if you guys are learning, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I do send these videos out every single day. Inside bar on Beyond, calls at 12.43, puts at 11.78. Targets marked out for you guys. You guys can also join the Discord, like I said, and you can ask questions in there and check out all the tools that are on there for you guys to help learn this strategy. Inside bar on Chewy, and it's a tight little inside bar. So that gives me probability that this thing is actually going to run and actually hit targets. We've got good magnitude, meaning there's good space between the trigger and the target. A lot of room for it to move for profit. So calls at 37.20, puts at 36.23 on Chewy. Cisco has that 2 down green. Can you call that a hammer candle? Probably not quite. But Chewy's a little bit interesting because we have this 3-1 setup. We've got a 1-2 down. We're looking for that 2 up. That's a 1-2-2 rev strat. I've got a video just on that if you want as well. But we're going to look for calls at 47.67. First target, and then second target is a trigger to go 2 up on the week on Cisco. Okay. Datadog, inside bar on DDOG. and we're also looking to go 2 up on the week. So we trigger, we hit first targets. Our first target is the trigger for the weekly. That's that domino effect. So calls at 73.82, puts at 72.18. If you guys are brand new to this stuff, options aren't your thing, you can play common share. You can use common shares on this, and that's fine. And it's probably easier for you guys to learn this strategy off of common shares because it's going to help you with your risk management, because you're not going to lose as much on those option plays if they turn around on you and you're a little gun shy on selling. Now, that's a process. It takes time. I talk about it in plenty of videos for you guys. Here's what most traders do. Most traders will, if they go red, they hold, hoping that it goes green. If it goes green, they sell quickly, hoping hoping that they can just take some profits. It's the exact opposite. It's a 180 of what traders should do. When you go red, you should cut your losses. And go check out the review videos. I show you guys how to cut your losses. And then when you go green, let the target stop you out. Let the candlestick stop you out. Don't just cut it because you're at 10%. That trade could run 20, 30, 40, 50, 100% before you even have a reversal on the candlesticks. So that's really something that you guys are going to have to work on in 2023. And every year, really, if you're not good at it, is to let your runners run and cut your losers. It's the exact opposite of what every trader does. That's how you're going to become successful. We'll move on to DIA here, the diamonds. 2 down, finish green, hammer candle, 122 rev strat like we talked about. Inside bar on the weekly, that's what those 2 pink lines represent. So we're going to look for calls at 331.40, good magnitude to the top side, and we're going to look to break out of that inside bar on the weekly as well. We go to Disney. Disney also has that inside bar. Calls at 87.12, puts at 85.23. Like I said, there are a lot of these. We're going to start going through a little faster, but because last week of December was so low volume, there wasn't a lot going on, that's why we have these inside bars here. And the week is the weekly swing trades that I put out are going to be very much the same. Okay, so inside bar again on DocuSign, calls at 55.75, puts at $54. This one we can move to there, but there is one right here is the first target there. Puts at $54 like I mentioned. eBay's got that inside bar with a hammer candle, so calls 41.49, puts at 40.98, and good magnitude on either side. One thing I want to caution you guys of, this is what you call a mother bar. So it's a big bar, mothership, the mother bar, and a lot of times what happens is stocks will get stuck in here. So we might just come up and we might just come down. And we'll come up and we'll come down, we'll come down, come up, and it'll have a tough time breaking out of that big bar there. Happens all the time. Etsy. Move on to Etsy. 2 down, finish green. We're going to look for calls on Etsy at 120.91. First target's at 124.12. Fubo. And again, guys, don't feel like you have to trade every day. I'm telling you right now, I would be very cautious of trading on Monday. You might get a really big influx of volume because people are back, people are buying, people are selling. So you may get a big influx of volume, but I'm just telling you, I'd be very cautious. If you make some profits early on, take your profits and maybe wait till Wednesday again and see what happens on Wednesday. So Fubo, we've got a 2 down green. We'll look for calls at 181. Google, inside bar on the Google machine, inside bar, calls at 88.83, puts at 87.03. There's your blue line to trigger your 2 down on the month. GS, that's Goldman Sachs, 2 down, finish green, hammer candle, calls at 343.69 on Goldman Sachs. We move on to IBM, 2 down green, hammer candle, off of this 3-1 setup. So it's a 1, 2 down, 2 up, rev strat. We're also looking to break outside of this inside bar, the 2 pink lines. So calls at 140.9. I'll put in the first target for you guys there at 142.26. IWM inside bar, calls at 174.72. Let's give you guys a target there, and puts at 172.61 on IWM. Lucid, LCID, inside bar on Lucid Motors, EV company, calls at 683, puts at 652. First target to the downside I'll mark out. First target to the upside, right there. Also, your trigger to go 2 up on the week. Man, I'm glad to be back here doing these for you guys. I missed out last week. I was on vacation, but I'm happy to be back doing these. I quite enjoy it. I quite enjoy teaching you guys, helping people learn how to do this stuff. It's kind of, I feel like I found my calling. But inside bar on MasterCard. MasterCard is not a play that I usually show guys because the spreads are too far. It's got higher premiums. I have a video on tickers with cheap premiums for people with smaller accounts where you can get into contracts for 30, 40, 50 cents, 20 cents. MasterCard, you're probably looking at 2, 3, 4, 500 bucks for a contract, and the spread between the bid and the ask is far apart. So I like to see the spread between the bid and the ask, especially on options, in that 5% or less range. That's why I like companies and tickers like NEO, tickers like SPY, Ford, what are some other ones? CCL. They have those tight spreads. QQQ is another one. The diamonds. They're high liquid. The spreads are tight, so I can get in on the ask and I can get out on the ask. I don't have to wait for a limit order to be filled. So calls on MasterCard anyways off of the inside bar. I show it because people still like to play it. 347.90 for the calls. 343.62 on the puts for MasterCard. Meta. That's Facebook. Inside bar on Meta. We can look for calls on this at 120 point. That's off a bit. Let's move that up. There we go. 120.42. Puts at 117.74 on Meta. MGM, another one that I don't usually show to you guys, but it's a new year. We have a double inside bar on it. So again, we go back to look at the last double inside bar. They don't happen very often, but we'll just look for this blue highlight. Okay, part of the indicator. You get it with the Griswold Gold membership, or you can buy it separately. And if you're buying it separately, or even if you buy with a membership, you get it for life. Okay, here's that double inside bar. So what are we expecting? A big jump to the upside or the downside, almost like a diving board, a springboard. And what do we get? Okay, let's see. Each candle tells a story, guys. You just need to be able to read it. Here we trigger, we hit target 1, and not quite target 2. It was pretty close. But again, this was a really good trade off of MGM, off of this double inside bar. And the candlesticks told us that if we triggered on one side, we were going to hit targets. And we did for sure on one, and we just missed out on that second one. So a fantastic trade if you took it on MGM off of those double inside bars, which for the most part, probability-wise, are very, very successful. We'll move on to Moderna. Moderna's got a 2 down, finish green, hammer candle. 122 rev strat is what we're looking at. We'll look for calls at 179.62 and good magnitude at 182.50 on Moderna. We'll move on to MS. That's Morgan Stanley. 2 down green, hammer candle, calls 85.20. First target 85.59 on Morgan Stanley. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, as Rob would call it. Inside bar, is it a hammer candle? Not quite. You'd like to see this bottom probably a little higher or this wick a little longer for a true hammer, but actionable signal nonetheless with an inside bar. Calls at 239.96. And if you're wondering where I'm getting the numbers from, guys, right side of the screen right here. 239.96, puts at 236.66. First target marked out on the bottom. Second target, okay, triggers 2 down on the week. Third target triggers 2 down on the month. First target to the upside triggers, there it is, 2 up on the week for Microsoft. Mr. Softy. It's time frame continuity, guys. I really, when I'm day trading, I need this hourly and this daily. I might focus my trades to have the 3 of them, hourly, daily, and the weekly if I'm going to take something. We'll see. Realistically, I'm only in a trade for about 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. So really, I only need the hourly and the daily in the same direction. Every one that you have in the right direction that you're trading is just, it's a bonus. It's a higher probability that that trade works out in your favor, okay? So if you have all of these green, and again, if we trend up, they're all going to be green. If we trend down, they're all going to be red on Tuesday anyways, because every single one of these is opening up brand new. It's a brand new candle, brand new start, okay? 2023. Netflix with the inside bar, calls at 294.80, 295.01, puts at 283.22. There's our trigger to go 2 up on the week, that pink line there. Nvidia with an inside bar, okay, and it's tight. This would be a tough one for me to trade. Definitely wouldn't be on my top 5. There's not a lot of room here on either one of these. So if it trends down though, your target here is 2 down on the month. So watch NVIDIA, NVDA, as we open up the week. Palantir, inside bar. We can look for calls at 642, puts at 619 on PLTR. Plug Power, inside bar there as well. There's our weekly trigger, 1242 on both of them to go 2 up on the day and the week, puts at 1188. We go on to Qualcomm Incorporated. 2 down, finish green. We'll look for calls at 110.06. QQQ. I realize this video was longer than normal, guys. There are a lot of setups, but bear with me. We're almost done here. QQQ inside bar, calls at 266.41, puts at 262.29. Roku 2 down green. We can look for calls at 40.74. SE at C Limited 3-1 setup. Okay, 52.80 for the calls, 51.15 for the puts. There's our inside bar trigger as well. Last time we had a 3-1 setup on SE, what did it do? Let's go look. There we go. Gap play. Okay, we'll look at one more here if we can find it. There we go. And gap play. Okay, so unfortunately that happens sometimes. Like I said, at the end of this video, you will get a playlist for gaps so you know how to play it. Morning gaps just meaning we open above or below that trigger. Okay, inside bar on Shopify. So calls at 35.15, puts at 34.15. First target to the upside, triggers 2 up on the week. Second target to the downside, triggers 2 down on the month on Shopify. Space SPCE inside bar 3-1 setup. Calls at 3.49, puts at $3.33. Visa, similar to MasterCard, okay, but it's a double inside bar here. So again, we talked about these double inside bars, we talked about triple inside bars. Calls at 208.04, puts at 205.70. The last double IB, double inside bar that Visa had, how did it turn out? We'll look for that big blue highlight. We have to go back. Here it is. We have to go all the way back to June of 21. Last time we had a double inside bar on Visa. Like I said, they're very rare. They tend to do very, very well for the most part based off of probabilities. And there we go. Double inside bar. We opened. We triggered. Hit target 1. Hit target 2. Hit target 3, hit target 4. 4 targets. Fantastic trade on Visa the last time we had that double IB on it. Walmart, move on to Walmart, has the 2 down, finish green, hammer, candle, 122 rev strat is what we're looking for. Let me zoom in there for you. There's the inside bar. There's the 2 down, the finish green. So we're going to look for a 2 up. I don't even have a trigger on there for you. Let's get it in there. There, and we'll change it to yellow. There's our trigger. We're looking for calls, 141.9. And this is what I'm saying, guys. If you buy this as a common share, that's fine. Practice with a share. Buy it for $142 when it triggers, and look for it to hit targets. And then if it comes back through here, you can use this as your stop loss. Again, just practice. If you're new, if you're using common shares, and then the worst case scenario, you lose a little over $1. Okay? Minus whatever your fees are. It's a good way to practice, to really learn this using common shares, okay? And that's a list, guys. So hopefully you found it informative. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Thank you if you're still with me this far along. We're at 30 minutes here, so thank you guys very much for sticking with me. make sure you watch till the end. There's videos for you guys at the end to help you guys out with your trading even more than what this video showed. Make sure you stay tuned for the weekly swings, the yearly swings, the 3 quarterly swings, all videos that I'm going to have out for you guys this week. So make sure you're checking those out. Good luck trading on Tuesday, guys. I wish you nothing but the best. As always, Happy New Year. Welcome back, or welcome if you're brand new, and we will see you guys all on the next one. Bye-bye.